right, let's move on to your favorite subject, all of your favorite subject, and that is pit bulls. Okay, I'm not talking about Mr. Worldwide. I always feel like I need to clarify that. I am talking about the kind of dog that I don't want to say I detest, but I don't think that they should be legal. I don't, because of the loss of life that they cause. And I am tired of talking about these stories where another baby or another toddler dies because a family allowed what they mistakenly call their nanny dog to lay down next to their child, to play with their child, and that child is mauled to death. I'm tired of talking about these stories. I'm tired of seeing these headlines. I am tired of us being a Romans 1 people, that we serve the creature rather than the creator. And so we have disordered affections and disordered priorities where we feel more of an inclination to defend a certain breed of dog than we do to defend human life. Like, that is a spiritual issue. And whenever I talk about this, I see a truly spiritual blindness among those who will, without condition or caveat, defend owning pit bulls. And they won't even express any sympathy for the baby that died, or the toddler that was mauled, or the elderly person that was killed, or the other pet or the cat that was killed. Like, no sympathy for that, just immediate, almost like a pit bull, rabidly defending this very, on average, aggressive breed. Okay. But I have to talk about it. I try not to talk about it a lot, but I do talk about it, and I only talk about it because I care about human life. That is the only reason I talk about this. Some people, I don't know, think I have I don't even know what they could be. Some kind of nefarious, self-serving motives in talking about this. Not at all. I lost over 1,000 followers on Instagram, or at least I don't even know how many, but my little number went down on Instagram. I didn't even check after I talked about this. I don't care. I don't care how many people get angry about this. We'll talk about this because this little girl's life matters. So on Wednesday, April 9th, a 7-month-old infant, Eliza Turner, was mauled to death by one of her parents' 3 pit bulls in their home near Columbus, Ohio. So we don't have all of the details, what was going on at this time when the baby was mauled to death. She's just a precious little girl. The pictures of her just look like a happy, sweet, healthy baby. I'm sure that her parents loved her very much and probably thought that they were doing the right thing and keeping her safe, because they had probably imbibed all the propaganda that some of you out there are helping push, that these are nanny dogs, that these are protective dogs, that it's all about how you raise them, that it's not the breed. And they had probably loved these dogs since they were puppies. So just know that every time you push the propaganda that these dogs are safe, that they're okay around children, that they're nanny dogs, someone is listening to that and they are internalizing that lie, and they are deeming it okay to have their dogs around babies. And that leads to the higher likelihood that a baby or a toddler or child in their life is going to be mauled by one of those dogs. Know that your words defending the domestication of these dogs, which were never meant to be house pets, can lead to the loss of life. I'm not holding you directly responsible. I'm just saying your words matter. Make sure that you are always on the side of defending human life and not defending animals whom you think get a bad rap. Okay, so according to Columbus police, the parents took Eliza to the nearby fire station, and then she was transported to the local children's hospital where she was pronounced dead. And I'm just so sad. And even though I think these parents made a mistake, I'm devastated for them. I'm devastated for them because I know they realize now that they've made a huge mistake and that they believed a lie, but I wish it hadn't gotten to this. The Columbus Police Department ruled the incident an accident, will not be filing charges against the parents. They passed the investigation off to Franklin County Animal Control, who will decide what to do with the dogs after completing their investigation. I don't know if that's the right move, not to file charges against the parents. I do think that anyone who owns pit bulls, that you should be licensed, that you should have to sign something that says that you should be licensed under the condition that you have legal liability for anyone that this dog maims, harms, kills. And I don't know that the people owning the pit bull should have the same punishment for actually like direct murder that actual direct murderers get. But I think it should be hefty. And I think people would think twice before breeding them and before owning them. If you will have to pay the legal cost of whatever damage your dog does, especially this kind of dog, because you are owning this dog, taking on a risk to the vulnerable people around you, like I think that there should be something there. When police arrived on the scene, an unidentified man outside the home told officers that the family had owned the dog since they were puppies. Of course, people will say it's the owners, it's the owners, it's the owners. They're bred to be aggressive. That's not true. It's not true. Sought to.
How long have they had the dog?
Since they were born. A long time, yeah. Just
since the dog was born?
Yep.
Yeah.
A couple of years. They got 2 other ones in there.
Okay, so since the dogs were born, this is what I hear over and over again from these stories. Those 2 little kids that were killed in Nashville a couple years ago, I think it was 2022, actually. They had 2 pit bulls that they had owned since puppies, just a very like sweet looking family, and had defended pit bulls on Facebook before. No one's going to take away our pit bulls. Randomly, out of the blue, those pit bulls maul the 5-month-old baby and the toddler little girl and put the mom in the hospital who was trying to defend her babies. And again, like you learn too late that you were wrong to imbibe the pit bull propaganda. And it's just very, very sad. Eliza's mother posted on Facebook April 12th, "I will never understand why. I am so lost and broken. This was the same dog who was side by side with my baby every day." And then she posted all of these pictures of the pit bull next to the baby. And I guarantee she posted these pictures originally thinking that she was going to convince people, see how loving and kind these pit bulls are. Eliza's father wrote on Facebook, "I'd give my life to bring my baby back." And I believe that. I can't imagine how traumatized they are. I cannot imagine how traumatized these parents are. I absolutely believe that they are broken over this and they believed a lie. And this lie that pit bulls are okay as a pet, especially to be around children, it costs lives. Just know that.